whatnot, this paper's cold. Every issue a story that's gotta be told.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, it's Flat Earth Santa coming to you with another What Not, Why Not. We're gonna we've got some cool topics this week. We've got some people backstage. Let's bring them in. Let's get them ready to rumble. It is time. First up, we've got a newcomer coming to the What Not, Why Not stage. It's his first appearance. Everybody put your hands together for Critical Hits.
I appreciate it. I'll take Punisher's line. I have arrived.
I don't have an intro for you. I couldn't think of one. I was going to do a Subnautica thing, but I didn't have time.
Next time.
Yeah, definitely. All right. We have the What Not, Why Not accountant. She's always there. She's ready to tell you tons and tons of stories. She's gonna fight with a garden hose. It's Skipping Stone.
Hello, everyone.
Where'd it go? Oh my
Rivet.
God.
Rivet.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is.
Bud. Pines. Bud. Bud. Pines. Bud. Bud. Pines. Bud. Pines. Bud.
That
And we
tickles
all
me every time.
and we've got a returning newcomer. He's ready. He wants to be a Canadian. Dr. Nick Comet.
Hi.
Oh, you got a sore throat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
Help me.
It's
That's
official.
what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Joey's not in. I can't get him in because it says device is not connected. So we're gonna bring in the man, the myth, the legend, only in his own mind, because there's no any place else is gonna be. Punisher Rider.
I invited that son of a bitch. Don't you ever use my line again. I have arrived.
I don't see any copyrights on it.
This place sucks! No! No! I think it's about time Castle Grayskull had a makeover. Why don't we start with a tampon machine? No!
So
And
good.
last for the panel for the night, unless Alien shows up, we have the old man. He set the spark on the Big Bang. It is Joey DWW1.
Joey.
Joey?
Yes.
It's still so good every time I see it.
It's like the angry panda.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully everyone's week was good. We're going to get into the first stage of the show, and that is good versus bad, where you get to tell everybody out in the chat world what you saw, both good and bad, this week on Whatnot. So we're going to go around the horn, starting with our newcomer, Critical. what did you see good and bad this week on Whatnot?
Well, I actually didn't see anything because I wasn't on Whatnot for like the last week. I was on vacation.
Ooh, fun.
So I guess the good is I wasn't on there, and the bad was I wasn't on there.
Well, that definitely works.
I was actually in Vegas at Amazing Con, so I didn't actually get to go on Whatnot a whole lot.
Well, there you
But
go.
was it amazing?
Tell us the good and the bad of Amazing Con then.
Well, the good was I had plenty of space for activities. The bad was I had plenty of space for activities. There was not a whole lot there to do.
This is starting to seem like a pattern here.
Yeah, no,
Same
it
answer,
was,
good and bad for everything.
it was just a neutral week. What can I say?
It happens. You take the good with the bad and sit in the middle.
But yeah, apparently the Quintana and everybody was supposed to be there. Didn't see any of them. It was pretty
Oh.
quiet.
That sucks. All right. Well, Madame Skippin,
Well,
good and bad.
I didn't see much good or bad this weekend, but I did have a good time last night over on Minuteman Comics. I enjoyed his show. That was nice. But as far as anything that's standing out, yeah, it was pretty a blasé week. So sorry to disappoint, but I really don't have nothing to share.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun and laughs on my show, but I always do. So there's that.
Yeah, we need more joke telling on Skippin' Show.
Okay, so this weekend is my 1-year anniversary and my birthday. So bring the jokes, guys. Bring the jokes.
Okay, you heard it here, chat. It's not my fault now. It's not my fault.
You've been invited.
All right, Dr. Nick, good and bad.
Good and bad. Whoa, hey, we got a new person.
Yeah, let me introduce, we'll bring
ahead.
him in. It is Alien Warrior, the other crazy Canuck from the north. How you doing? Nope. Can't hear you.
For having the episode.
He sounds like an alien.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he does. He sounds like he's got some internet issues.
Where's Amy Adams right now? I need a translation.
Poor
Okay,
alien.
well, I'll play his intro. Hopefully, he can get it fixed.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine.
The hell?
Right?
The problem is the actual music from the movie got me struck, so I had to change it.
Wasn't that putting on the Ritz?
Yes, it was putting on the
Yes.
Ritz. Yeah.
Well,
Alien, can we hear?
Can we hear you?
Nope.
Damn it. Them aliens have bad reception.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. We've got a latecomer. We didn't think he was showing up.
Oh,
hey.
it's Rick. How you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
What's up, Rick?
A lot of driving.
Everything okay, dude?
Yeah, we got it taken care of.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear, man.
Thanks.
All right. Well, we're going to play. Alien looks like he had to drop. He's got internet issues at one point or another. And where is? Oh no, I can't play that one.
What happened to coupling?
That one gets struck. The video gets struck.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Have we talked about that show? How great that show is?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
But like only the first 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but
All
all right,
Is
cool.
this right?
Yeah, we're going. Hold on, let's see if we can get Alien in. Try it one more time.
Can we hear you now?
Nope.
Is he typing to us?
Might.
Amy Adams would know.
I don't know.
Did you unmute your microphone?
He did. He did.
Did you try
All right.
turning it on and turning it off again?
Well,
Poor
turning
guy.
it on, then turning it off would be it's off.
Well, I gotta be I gotta be my own person.
Like if you're going to get it right, like if you're going to be like the other awesome British show, the IT crowd.
You can't say it like that because then you'll get dinged. I'm trying to like scramble it up, right?
Okay, Dr. Nick, what did you have good and bad this week?
All right. Well, somebody got me with the mention of Minuteman. There's certainly a lot of haunt not sort of hangover shows going on that have been great. But I guess so. I'll just say there's also a lot of smaller quality folks that have been popping up. Folks that I have seen as buyers that are coming on and doing some great shows. Peter Dieter just did one today that was pretty fantastic and pretty laid back. The bad, I would say, 2% Day. That is my bad because it's gonna unleash all these unrealistic expectations that I'm gonna go on there for 6 hours and I'm gonna sell all this stuff and I'm gonna forget that everybody else is on and now we're into it. I'm going to walk away. And so that's my bad. I mean, it's great that we've got the reduced commissions, but I feel like for me, I don't know. I don't know. So there you go. That's my good, bad, and ugly.
Hey, Bleecker. I hope to see you this weekend at NiagaraCon. Mr. Punisher, what's your good and bad this week?
I'm going to start with the bad. I am seeing a lot of binge shows. Straight, nobody's in the room, nothing. We've talked about it before. Just people just put music on and just running binge shows all day long. It's not interactive. It's not supposed to be what you're supposed to be doing, but that's my bad. I mean, I literally go in there for a second, I leave. The good, I have seen a lot of amazing shows. I mean the energy and everything and the fun and the interaction with people and the community is fantastic, whether you go into Soda Pops or you go into Skip and Stones or Joey's or Criticals when he's on and stuff like that. But my real good is the last cast is coming, baby. And it's gonna be on Whatnot near you.
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. That is coming out. What are we saying, the 20th?
I think that's what we said last night.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a raid train. I'll be setting that up. I would be using Google Pages, but obviously that doesn't work.
It's called Google Sheets. If you're going to start making bad things, at least get it right, man. Get it right.
Rumor has it it's better than just regular old Excel.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, nobody knows. They've never seen it yet.
I never heard of it, so there's that.
Hey, Skip, and I love you today. I just want to tell you I love you today. Did anybody ever tell you that?
I love you too. You got your reach around.
I was going to say he got his reach around, didn't he? Joey, let's hear your good and bad.
Well, Punisher sort of took mine because, like, when I was perusing, I saw the same thing that he did. Binge shows that literally were like vacant, nothing doing, nobody in the rooms, and just going on and on and on. As far as the good goes, I've seen a lot of good shows this week. I had a good show this week. I watched Skippin's show. Who else's show was I in? Soda Pop, Omen. I got to get everybody else. But really nothing else bad, but like what Punisher said and the good. That's about it.
Okay.
You popped into my show too. I appreciate that. Sorry, guys, I'm a little late today.
Oh, yeah, right. Lots of comics. I'm sorry. I didn't even see you there. Yeah, he had a really good show, too. I enjoyed his show.
All right, Mr.
Hello, Lots.
Everybody's here. Good thing, because, Omen and anybody else, that'd be a complete full. We can only have 10 people max.
Well, we're at Hollywood Squares right now.
Yeah. All right. Bruce, we'll go to Soda Pop, the Bruce Valanche of the What Not Why Not show.
I'm going to start with the good. I'm going to say that I've seen a lot of the bin shows too, but I've seen a lot of newer sellers that are doing it the right way as well. There's been, for so long, we've had a lot of these people just coming on and going through the motions and, not putting in the work. I've popped into more than 2 handfuls of newer sellers just to give support and, just to see how they're doing and, lead them into the show. But a lot of them are, I don't know if it's just instinct or they've been listening to us or whatever it is. Because a lot of them I've seen pop in all of our shows here and there. But there's, they have work to do. They got to get, their feet wet a little more, but they're doing things the right way. And that makes me happy because, there's potential future omens out there that are, starting out and starting it with integrity, starting it with wanting to put in the work and taking advice and absorbing it. And I think that's a really good thing for the community. The other flip side is there's just some stubborn ass people that are lazy and just, they don't care. The bin shows, when you try to, give people advice, they either ignore you or they're a-holes about it. And, there's a right way to do it. But, I think when you start getting yourself established, and it's kind of what we do on here, is you want to help people. My motto is, if I'm eating, you're going to eat too. I don't care. I want everybody to do well, and that's just my nature. And it's sad when you just got people that refuse help. They take it as an insult, very thin skin. The positive side of that too, they're not going to stay on very long. They're going to weed themselves out. So
sorry about that.
Personally, Soder, I think what they're doing is just try to get a couple bucks to make it through the week.
You're probably not wrong, sir.
No, I agree with you on that one.
Say that again, everyone.
I'm not going to say it again. I said it once last week. I'm not saying it again.
It will never, ever happen.
These guys don't need money. I disagree with you, Punisher.
What did you get for good and bad this week?
Is that for me?
Yep, that's for you.
Okay, all right, cool. Thanks for having me, guys. So the good was hanging out with the NWO, and I think it was in Skippin's show. That was really fun. I could just see how we all just tagged each other, and y'all just jumped in, and we had a great old time. So I want to call that out as good. The bad on this side is not on the Whatnot platform, on another platform. I ordered a book, and the guy, I realized he sent me the wrong one. So kind of intercepted that halfway, and I sent him back his. Sometimes these things happen. So anyway, that's it.
Okay. Lots, what have you seen good and bad this week?
Good this week. Usual cast of characters. JS had a great show. Soder, obviously, great show. I thought he dealt with that person who was, not taking feedback. I'm sorry, Soder. I was really busy that day.
What a dick.
No,
damn bastard.
No, it was really good shows this week. I'll second that. Some of the new sellers have been really like a breath of fresh air. There is a gentleman, he usually does overnight. His name escapes me. He always has Venom as his background. He started out really rough, but now he's like got a really good following. He runs real late night. Oh, I forget his name.
Are we talking about Never Forget Axel or something?
No,
Okay.
but I'll throw it in the chat. He's doing really fantastic, like really good stuff. The bad this week, I'll also be self-deprecating of myself. It's been 3.5 years. I swapped two box labels. Sent them. Two of my regulars got each other's boxes. I blame my wife. It's the first time she helped me pack, and this happened. Uh, but they were great with you know, flipping it. I sent them their labels. They sent it to each other, and I sent them some books for helping me out. But my own hubris, even a veteran seller, slow down, take your time. I usually only pack one box at a time to avoid this, and shame on me for breaking from my rhythm.
Did you make aliens sad?
It happened. It happened.
You pissed off a Canadian? My God, man, that's hard to do.
That's it. I haven't eaten today.
All right.
Don't you have a whole province of angry Canadians voting to go out right now or something?
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm trying to move there.
On a very good note, I did get my order from Comic Pro Line finally.
And
Was that your first one?
Oh, you
he's
son
gonna
of a
rub it
bitch.
in. He's gonna rub it in.
I got my third one today.
Yeah, no, for me, good and bad. I've seen a lot of bins, although you could pick it up quickly, so I just dip within an instant. The one thing that I did see that was good, I saw a little bit better newer sellers getting conditions a little better, where it wasn't quite so, oh, this is near mint, or this is very fine with 17,000 ticks on it. Like, I was pleasantly surprised this week that some of the newer, I wouldn't call them new, but like still probably within their first 6 to 8 months, getting their conditions a whole lot better. They're refining it. They're at least doing some due diligence to learn some stuff. So I give them credit for that. So that's my.
Oh, I'm going to be
Excuse me.
getting conditions, buddy, this Saturday because I'm going to be wearing a see-through nipple Spider-Man outfit for my show.
Good times.
Are you going on her show? Are you going to co-host?
No, it's going to be the Punisher Rider show.
Yep. Remind me to forget when that's on. All right, we're going to move into topic number one. It's sort of a divisive topic, at least within sellers. I mean, not bad, but just everyone has their own sort of ideas about it.
Not like Alberta bad.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Exactly. It is whether you're doing numbering or doing piles per buyer when you're doing your show and you're sorting, getting stuff ready when you're going through stuff. Now, we're going to go to one person that does it via seller, and then we're going to do one person that does it to numbering, and then we're going to go random exactly. So we know for a fact that Dr. Nick does sorting by person, does by piles. What
we do?
Oh, I thought you did.
Oh, because of what folks have. I don't put me on. I'll talk about mine after.
Okay.
It's a
All
note,
right.
that's right.
All
I-
right. Then we'll
do
go to.
copy
Not at all.
Okay, Joey. Buyer piles. Why do you like it better than numbering?
That's the way I've been doing it from the get go. So what I do is I tag each book like everybody does with numbers, and then I put them in their piles. I find it easier for me. So this way, when I go looking for books, if I missed a book, I know exactly where I got to look. A lot of people like doing it by the numbers because it's easier for them, and I guess it's easier for everybody the way they do it. Okay, I tried it with the numbers, but there's a couple of times that I forgot to put the numbers on the back of the book or the front of the book. But no, seriously, and then I had to go nuts. But it's been like that from the get go for me. So doing it that way makes it a lot easier for me. Because people will always turn around and say, listen, can you show me that book again? And if I have to go by numbers, I got to try and figure out which number it is when I could just go to their pile and look at the book.
I have like a hybrid that I do because I used to do people because I was strictly claim in the beginning. I never really auctioned, so it was easy to do people. When you start to get over 20 people in orders, though, you start running out of shelf space and desk space and all that stuff. So I had to come up with an alternate game plan. So I do order in which they're sold. So I don't number them. I actually just put them in I have a short box that's standing up, and they literally go in the short box as they're sold, and they stay in that order. They never move.
Okay. Nice. Skipping. You definitely do numbering. Why do you do numbering, and what are the advantages that you see besides doing stacks?
Well, I'm in a very small space, and I sell a lot of books in one show. So there's no way I could ever do the stacks. I would advise if you do the stack that you do add a name or a number onto each one, because almost everybody I've purchased from that does the stacks has included somebody else's book or got my books wrong. A little too often. A little too often it happens. And I don't know if it's just them getting distracted as they're putting them into the piles. I don't know if it's post show and to shipping, but it seems to happen. So, if you're going to do the non-numbered method or the non-name method on I know some of y'all do write the names and then probably do stacks, but there's the sticky with the name on it, right? So definitely put the person's name on each book if you're not going to number it. The reason why I do it is solely for convenience, and it puts a little bit more work on the back end, separating into the piles. But I do one order at a time, and it works. I'm getting quite well. I'm really impressed with myself. I just want you guys to all know I managed I managed to pack 500, almost 600 books this weekend in one day. So I was like, I felt pretty proud of myself. and I didn't have any books left over, and I don't think I got anybody's wrong. So all in all, that's a good thing. But when I'm doing bundles, for the sale, I slide them into a magazine bag instead of just so that way I don't miss anything. So if you're going to number and you're going to do little bundles or big bundles or bundles of any kind, I suggest that you consolidate those bundles, whether you use them slide them inside of a magazine bag or some other sort of something to keep them together. Because when I used to do the bundles without, it was easy for me to miss it. mess up. And so just a little tip.
That's also what a seller that I like look at as a mentor. Campbell, he runs in the mornings. Does strictly claim, always has.
Yep.
He does bundles by people, but what he does that's pretty unique. Obviously, they take precedence on checkout, and they automatically go into a plastic see-through bag with the pull slip. So he always knows whose books are whose. He's never missed. He does all his shipping in one day, every day. He's a machine.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
But he's got lots of space that he can spread out and put the things on, especially in the new basement too.
Sorry, guys, I gotta go. I have emergency.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
I hope everything's okay.
Yep.
Boy, you got quiet.
Well, okay. So we're going to go to Soda Pop. What do you do for numbering, or do you do stacks?
I don't do stacks. I do the name, and on Thursdays I do the numbering. So I do a little of both. Stacks, it's impossible for us, especially for Sunday, because when I got 77 different buyers up to 120,
Exactly.
there's no room. I can't have 120 stacks. It's just not going to work. So we either put the number on Thursdays, or Mel puts the name on it on Sundays, Tuesdays, or whatever other days we're running. And then they just go into a short box. We separate them at the end of the show by the name. The numbering I hate, but it's just convenience during the show for me, since I'm literally all by myself. The name is easy because you can separate the stacks right away, even before you print the packing slips. And then I can gauge if I threw extra freebies in for somebody, because I'm not keeping track how many books that individual bought. So if I get over 10, I obviously can't use the Gemini anymore. Then I got to adjust it and yada, yada, yada. But so that's the easiest format for us, is just putting them in the names, stacking them in a short box. Once the show's done, separate them, see how the stacks are looking. Because then we pull out another table and it's a clusterfuck in the apartment until I'm done packing. But print out the packing slips. We do the count, do the checks, or Mel does the count and the checks to make sure everything's accurate. Each book is going to the right person. And the next morning I get up early and I start the tedious task of packing them all out in under 24 hours. So I prefer.
That's the way I would do it too. If I had a second person to put the names on it, I would highly, definitely use the names over the numbers, or a name then and number system.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to make a mistake. For me, I don't know if you've been in my shows.
All right, I can't hear anybody again.
Chatting, and I talk a lot of shit.
Okay, Joey, just refresh the page and come back in.
So I mean, I see squirrels left and right, and every Thursday show that I've done with the numbering, I've had to go back and make sure I correct anything that went wrong. And luckily the chat's been awesome, and I let them know right away, hey, keep me on task, because if I'm off on a number, I need to know. And they've done it, and it's been great. But it seems like it's more work on the backside than just putting the sticky note with a name on it. It's like 2 extra seconds up front to save 20 minutes at the ass end of the show, or once the show's over.
Okay. Mr. Alien, how do you do it?
Hey, so I have everything in my inventory plugged in. So I'm spending a lot of time up front to make sure the grade and the key information is in the database.
I can't hear nobody again.
Can't hear me? Can you guys, rest of you guys hear me?
Joey, get the app.
I can
Yeah,
hear you.
I can hear you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. All right, so I kind of can't really take credit for this because this idea came from Searchlight Comics. But what they do is they take a short box and they put it vertically up. And what they'll do is they'll use dividers to separate the different orders. Now, since I like to match the orders that are in the whatnot order queue, it usually goes by name. So I'll just have like a sticky that I'll put on the comic, which will go on the divider, and then I make a stack. So I have the order I want to do them in, and then I can take preference if there's a far distant order. Maybe I want to do that one first, or a large order, I might do that first. I can easily just go and match it against the whatnot order itself. So it's a combination of stacking, but also putting some work up on the front end to make sure that all the books are categorized and stuff.
Yeah, the listing is a lifesaver. It's so much easier.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Dr. Nick, you said you said you wanted to wait. Let's hear yours.
Yeah, but now somebody in the chat is talking about what's the opinion of the simulation theory. What the hell is that?
Oh, that's
the Matrix.
Are we living in a simulation?
Are we in
the
the
Matrix.
simulation theory? Yeah.
Seriously, you just take like intro to philosophy, smoke some weed. You know, we all really need to be philosophy majors. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I was a little confused by this. So I don't really have an approach like that falls in with these. I write down the name of the person that won the auction. I put a number on it if I'm doing like sort of a random set, like a box or something like that, and just auctioning them all off willy-nilly. But then I also, of course, if I'm selling something on a pre-bid, then I've got the, I don't know, Ghost number 38 or something like that, right? So I'll put Ghost 38 in the person's name, just because I like the numbers there as a sort of, it makes it easier to check if there's a missing book or if a post-it note fell off or something along those lines with the numbers. And it's very easy to check when it's the book itself. Like Ghost 38 or something like that, to search for that. So, but I stack, and I imagine it sounds like we're all stacking at some point. You have to put things into stacks to get them, out to the people the next day. So I'm actually a little confused on where there are times when one would exclusively use numbers or, I get the buyer pile because it takes away a step, but I don't understand, and maybe this is putting me on the wrong side of a controversy here, but I don't understand just doing the number.
If you're doing like a show where it's like 5-second auctions, 10-second auctions, sudden death, you don't have time to write names.
You sure don't. You sure don't.
That's the only time where I'm exclusively numbering or keeping them in order. And it is what it is.
Yeah, so it can't be like something where you're doing pre-bids or anything like that, right?
No.
Well, you still could. It's just it doesn't matter. It's if you're not doing pre-information and you're just saying okay, whatever.
Yep, random. Here you go.
At the same thing. If you're starting it at the same value, like $3 starts or whatever, you're just going to get a bunch of $3 starts. When you start doing things like $1 start number one and $5 start number one and $10 start number 32, and that's where it gets really goofy doing the numbers. That's where you have
I think you should not do that.
I think you should not as well.
Yeah, the way I see it is, you have to feel comfortable doing it the way that you're doing it. So, I mean, Skipping feels comfortable doing it with the numbers. I feel comfortable doing it with the stacks and the piles and everything like that. And just feel comfortable the way you got to do it. You don't have to, go crazy.
Yep. Well, we still gotta hear from Critical. So Critical, how do you do it?
Well, I like to light some candles, put some. Oh wait,
But I'm
so-
talking.
You like long walks on the beach,
okay. Well, I do a little bit of
reach
all of what you
arounds.
guys do. Actually, I number it. I also stack it. I do all kinds of stuff. But I have a unique filing system that I created. My wall here has 45 different slots, so I can stack people's orders in them, and I have magnetic stickies that I can dry erase people's names and stick them to it each slot. So that's how I run mine. But I
Sounds like
also
an
do numbers.
engineer.
I also do like a numbering system depending on how big the show is. If I have lots of people buying lots of different stuff, that's not going to work. It'll work up to 45, but past that, I need tables, I need other stuff. So numbering system works for certain things. But mostly I do my stacks because I have plenty of room for that.
I love that.
And that's another thing that I wanted to talk about is where do we think the breaking point is? Because when you've got people into piles, once you start getting, let's say, maybe past 20, you're gonna have to start looking for the piles if you don't remember where they are all the time.
Well,
With the names, you're gonna spend time just doing that.
I think you're right, Flat, and we haven't brought it up yet. The change to shipping prices has dramatically made me look for people more. So that way I can bundle together myself versus relying on the Whatnot bundle, because I know how much can fit in a box. I know I can save them on shipping. I know what the exact weight's going to be at that point. So that change has made me, on most shows,
Did we lose you?
Yeah. Was it?
Wait,
Was it?
what?
Was the swamp
Oh.
got him? It's that swamp that was in the
Sound like
background.
the
Did
crickets
anybody
got
hear
him.
that?
Yeah.
There was
Cut
like
it
some
down.
tree frog or something back there.
sorry.
Hey, out of House of Secrets 92 comes lots of comics.
So what I was
They
saying
were
was
about to go,
because
but why?
What's up?
the
Sorry.
change in shipping prices has really made me slow down and go find stacks. Specifically because I don't want them to have to pay. Like, my first book is always 7 ounces. Gemini Plus a book, 7 ounces, 8 ounces, and then from there it's 3 ounces a book. But I don't want them to ever have to pay 7 and 7. So, like, those are the things I'm also doing to try and help them save money, because shipping has become a real hurdle from a price perspective.
Oh, that it has, and especially when they're no longer dealing with overages. They're not covering them anymore.
As far as the breaking point where you say you want to break it down to do something else, what I'll do is I'll have a couple of empty short boxes laying around, and I'll just put the names on the sticky tabs and just stick them in the boxes until they're full, and just go over to another one, and then separate it later on after the show's over.
Okay. Now, again, as I said, what is everyone's thoughts on maybe where a breaking point would be, or at least your opinion on where to say, okay, maybe we're doing too many. It's maybe time for a new, once a new seller gets to the point where they've got these many orders from different people, where do you think that threshold is?
It's a short box show for me.
Okay.
It's till I fall out of my chair.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I have a set certain amount of books that I'm selling in the show.
But
Okay.
generally, I set up my night depending on what
Honestly,
I'm selling. If I'm selling like Marvel, DC indie books, then I'm going to be numbering stuff and stuff like that. But if I'm selling my own books, I'm stacking them because people are buying bundles of them. Easy to keep track of. Sketches, I don't sell, I'm not selling 50 sketches a night, so it keeps it easy for me. So it's a little bit different for me. I'm not selling short boxes every night like you guys.
Okay. Rick?
I just say my opinion, and again, it depends on how you sell, which everybody's saying on here. But if you're going to be selling mass quantities of books, play the long game, make it easier for yourself, get used to what's supposed to be coming anyways. Apparently, listing your items, if it's really coming like they're saying it's going to, uh, start doing the work now. So when you're forced to do it later, you're already doing it and you're comfortable. That would be my recommendation as far as when to, stop doing stacks and, whatever. Um, I can only speak what works well for us. It goes fast, it's efficient. Put the sticky note on it, throw it in a fucking short box. At the end of the show, sort out the books based on the name and then print out the packing slips. You can use the packing slips to double check that the books are there, that the number and the names match. Okay, Zilla's got 10 books. Here's the 10 books. It's this. If they're not listed out or it says random, because like last night, we had books listed and we ran random. It's the right number of books. Everything matches up like every time. I never have a problem, and it's fast. I
Taking
get
the time up front, right?
yes, exactly. You put in,
Yeah.
and again, if it's supposed to be happening, you're gonna try to make the change while still getting your feet wet underneath you and learning. And it's going to be a lot more work when you're forced to do it and you're still learning. So just learn it away ahead of time that you're already going to be forced to do later. And for us, again, it seems to be efficient because, again, when I'm doing a minimum of 77, I think it's the smallest number we've done in a while, all the way up to over 120 different orders that I have to ship out. That is a lot of freaking space that takes up. And hopefully people are striving to get to that kind of show if that's what your intent is. It's efficient. I mean, that's what time is money. And if you look at it from that perspective, every second you can save is going to be faster. You can get that out, to your customers. You're going to have 1 day ship time or even less than a day ship time. And that's all going to reflect good on the people that are coming into your shows. They look at that. They look at your reviews. All that stuff makes a difference. If you do the work ahead of time, get yourself comfortable, get used to it, actually treat it like a business. And, it's going to be easier for you in the long run.
All right, question.
Yeah.
Not only that, Rick, you got your tracking slip that gets printed, and you can
Thank you.
verify
Thank-
it.
thank
It shows
you.
you all the books that you sold, whether it was a newsstand or a direct or what have you, and it's all there, and you can double confirm.
Yeah,
I guess it's
we
another
don't
check
have
against
any
yourself,
issues
right?
with your orders. I mean,
Yeah,
everything's
same.
yeah, and it's part of a smooth process. You're not having to stop to do something. It's just the natural next step on the process that we do. So you're not bouncing around back and forth trying to do different things. It's you have the names, so you make we pull out the extra table, then we stack it. You're not trying to find names on 100. You're looking through 120 different freaking stacks. It's not efficient to run a show. Even 70, even 50, trying to find 40 stacks. That's just not. It's not efficient. It breaks up the show, the momentum.
I can even
And that's
say
with,
that
that's with
short
somebody
amount
else
of orders too is even unruly. Like I have less than maybe 10 orders a night, right? Because I
Yeah.
do one show a week or whatever, every 2 weeks, and even 10 is a lot. You got to find that physical space. So that's why I stack them, and that's why I put them in a short box separated by, something like their name or some sort of, separator.
Yeah, it's to me it's bigger than just what we're talking about. That's just a part of the process,
Right.
and efficiency is key because time is money. You can go on there and you can spend 3 hours and make no money and then spend a shit more time after the show trying to package up your 15 to 20 books, and or you can do the work ahead of time, make a shit ton of money, and make that process super fast and look good on your ratings and to the new people that are going to be viewing you. It's just
Rich has
the
been
bigger
telling me
picture.
for years to stop stacking shit.
Yeah.
Joey, you had a question?
Yeah. I heard that they were going to make it mandatory that all items had to be listed.
Quality listing with pictures.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So they are going to do that.
That is correct.
All right, because from the get-go, I always did that. You know, and I found an easy way to do it with the import, so I'm okay with that. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah, Flat and I were talking about this maybe a month ago, and you know, it's at one point I thought it was supposed to start at the end of spring, and then I got notification, went back and looked. It was supposed to be the end of this summer. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything since that last notification, so I don't know if they're
Well, they're doing it for they were forcing the international, the UK people to do it first, and then bringing it to United States. But I think there's a little bit of hang up on stuff. But yeah, anyone else that wants to chime in on where what they think before we move on?
Only thing I'll say with shipping is the one thing that I spend a lot of time with new sellers on. If you're on for 2 hours, you should be shipping for 2 hours. If you're shipping in an hour, you're probably doing it wrong. You're probably missing corners. You're probably not being as detailed as you need to be. Shipping takes time to do it right.
Yeah, ours is double. If we run a 4-hour show, I'm packing a minimum of 8 hours.
Yep. If you are shipping short, like you're probably missing something. 2 is the one controllable thing you have as a seller that will make people come back. If you have good shipping and you don't have books damaged that go to folks and they're in the grade that you said they are, they will come back. If your shipping sucks, they will not come back. It's the number one thing.
Can I add something to that, Flat? And I agree 100%. And even if you're selling low-grade books, they're someone's treasure that you're sending them to. So I treat them as if they're high grade, low grade. Don't matter. They're the product that someone wants to buy for me. You know, I'm gonna give it that fucking.
I'm golf clapping that because that's absolutely true.
Yep.
They had to save 3 weeks in a row to get that Barbie #1. I'm looking at you, Soda Pop. But that's there.
That's right. And there is a market for, I mean, not everybody can afford a high grade book. Some people just want that book, that because they want a low, you know, a higher end, low grade, you know, first appearance of Damien Hellstorm. That's their book. That $5 means something to them, and they bought it in your show. They took the time to come there, spend their money on you. Treat them with the same respect as you do with the person that spent $200 on the other book, because to them it's the same.
You know, for the longest time, I always, when I bought a collection and like there were keys or 12 centers in there that were low grade, I was always put them to the side. I was afraid to sell those because I didn't think anybody would want them. And only recently did I see that, you know, what you were just talking about, the low grade and stuff like that, because people can't afford them. So I will show somebody a book like that now and ask them, you know, are you okay with it? You know, would you want something like that?
Oh,
absolutely. Like I was that kid. I had no money. Like when I'm coming up in the game, I was the guy who'd take a coverless Fantastic 450. You know, but that guy or gal will continue to come back to you every single time because they know you care. I say the same thing for giveaways. I pack giveaways exactly like I pack regular books.
Yep.
Because they show that you care, even if it's free.
Amen.
Yep. So okay, I just got to throw one out there. So the fact that we have to talk about this, we're ignoring a huge part of the comic book community who are completionists, right? So you know, I'm a completionist. I want every Batman. I want every Wonder Woman, right? I want every
Good luck.
right? Yeah, and I don't want it to be achievable, right? I just enjoy the hunt. But like, yeah, I'll take like a House of Mystery 174. If anybody wants to put that in my giveaway, you know, just throwing it in there. House of Mystery 174 that's in crap condition because I want that book, right? Like, so, and sorry, just had to throw that out there. I know it has nothing to do with the topic, but
To me, I think it does though.
yeah,
Because, you know, here's what I do. I try to, and this is why I build shows as well, because I want to hit everybody. I want people, I don't want people just to give away goblins or to come in every time I'm running a freaking raid givey. I want people to come in and know that I'm going to have a variety. I hit price points with $400 books all the way down to New Warriors 23. You want to know why? Because at some point in my show, somebody's going to want that New Warriors 23. And it turns out you'll have 3 people that want that New Warriors 23, and that dollar book just went for 7.
Yeah.
And you know what? What we collect, I'm a key collector, but like you said, there are completionists in there that need that book. And that's why I have some of the books I have in there. People are like, okay, you got a, you know, ASM 50 in there, but you're also running a, you know, Captain America 289 that's not a key or nothing, and they're all starting at $1. That Captain America I'm selling for $5 because 2 people needed that book. And whether it's, you know, a $400 book or that $5 book, you know, or $1 book. Last night we had one that sold for $1. He got shipped the exact same thing. It got stuck between a board. It was packaged securely. That thing was treated just like a, you know, a high grade major key.
Oh my God.
When he
oh my God.
he's gonna.
Oh my God.
He's gonna be so happy.
I got to bring this up. Okay, so I'm sorry. Since I joined the Whatnot community, there are a lot of people that I recognize as one of us, right? Like one of us. There are like the comic book collector who's like getting all the numbers, who spends way too much time when they're a little kid, like putting all their Legos into the right place. Like between Lots and Soda Pop, I'm feeling the love for the preparation, right? Is I question to the audience, and I don't know, Flat, if we have time for this, but like, I'm interested to know if for those of us that came into us as collectors, and not to be a bit of a snob on this, but what the hell, like when you see folks that don't understand the completionist point of view or who are not putting in the work for the show, doesn't it seem like you're buying from, I feel like I'm buying from somebody at a flea market versus buying with somebody at my local comic shop, right? Like, and not to disparage that, but like I want the experience, but I also want to know that this is a, let's just say it politely, detail oriented person like I am, you know, who got into comic collecting because of that. So I'm just curious, like,
Can I respond to that?
please.
Yeah. Are you finally a comic seller?
I am not the person that probably the person that you're talking about as far as, because I don't prepare for the shows in the way you guys prepare for the shows, and I admire it. And it's not that I wouldn't want to, but with my situation being that I'm liquidating an estate of a very large amount of items, not just comic books, I don't have the time, the space, nor the wherewithal to do it. And while I do try and pack your books as if I pack in a way of the way I'd want to get them, I run them very cheap. So sometimes I can't do Gemini's. I mean, it's cost me sometimes to sell a $1 book, just the packing alone for a $1 book. And that's all I order. I'm paying them to take the books, but I did this so that way the collectors, the people that I love, can get the books that came from my family. And so I am basically your flea market seller, so to speak, but I'm not. The books came from my family, right?
Yeah, and
And
I don't want to disparage the flea market seller either. Like, it's great. It's like the backbone of so many people's collections. But
yeah,
like, why should you have to put in the prep time? Like, we go to your show to like for the enjoyment of watching all these random books go by. If you had to put in the pre-bids, if you had to like build out some
if
type
I
of a stacking thing, it would be a much different show. And
and
yeah,
it wouldn't be the treasures at the prices that you're getting them.
yeah.
I would have to increase my prices. I would have to um, make them more compatible with the rest of y'all. And but I like to be able to get, my whole goal is to get these books into homes with collectors that have the same mindset as each of you guys, right? And while even if it's a $1 book and that's all they buy, I give them the option, because I can't send every one of them out in a Gemini. I give them the option though, if they do want it sent out in a Gemini, and anything over $20 I send out in a Gemini, right? $10 Gemini. A lot of times, if they want it, because I understand that that $1 book I sold to that one customer, and that's all they bought, may be a grail to them. It may be something very valuable to them, way more than the dollar it was to me. And so I offer it to them, the shipping of a more expensive book. I handle it. I don't treat it like it's trash. I put it in a rigid mailer that cost me almost 80 cents to purchase. And as you all know, on a $1 purchase for one book, you're lucky if you get 40 cents. So then I've already paid them double what I've made just to send it out. And I do that solely for the collector, for the person who will value that book and hopefully love that book for what it is to them. But I have to make it make sense to me as far as that goes, and to the state as far as shipping goes. And but Geminis are always offered, or the equivalent to Geminis with the Comic Pro line. But I just want to say that while I know you weren't talking about me, you were talking about my methods, because I have to cut corners when it comes to that. And to be honest with you, I've had more damaged Gemini packages shipped through UPS, or books like you packaged yours with my order. And although I didn't even know they made those the smaller to go inside the long box, the next size smaller. And you know what I'm talking about, Dr. Nick. I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah. There's
There's like one size smaller than the long box, or the medium long box, that fits right inside the other one. And I want to say shout out to you in your packing on that, on those books I bought that were the $100+ books. Top notch. And I mean top notch packing, even with all the damn tape. Top notch, because even with the crushing that happened a little bit on the one corner, it did not crush through. I mean, that doubled.
What? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm late to the game on this. There was crushing. I didn't.
No,
Did we
well,
talk about this?
it wasn't your doing. It had like tire marks on it or something like that. But
oh my God.
But
you need to tell me these things, even if it's not my fault. Like, I want to be like.
But no, the inside of it, the inside held the box. The inside box held the outside box up enough that it didn't crush all the way. I mean, it was just like an indentation kind of thing.
But
despite the tire, and it came in. There was no damage to it. The slab I bought from you, there was no damage. There was no crushing on the inside. The padding that we put in there was beyond. I mean, it was exceptional. I just want you to know that.
I really appreciate this, but I think maybe it's because there's a yellow sun, and that if I'm starting to ship to people who live in a place with a red sun, then I'm gonna have to like double down, maybe have 3 boxes in there or something. I don't know
No,
if the chat's got
your
an answer on
packaging
that.
was
So
exceptional, and
yeah,
I just want y'all to know I'm going to give that book away this weekend for my birthday as
Nice. Yeah.
as a gift to the community. But
oh,
anyway,
sorry,
Okay.
back
Superman
to what
reference.
back to
Nobody
my
got.
squirrel brain. I just want you to know that even though there's people out there that maybe, I mean, there's always people that are in it for the money, and I can't speak to them, but there's people like me that I'm sure that have estates that they're just trying to find homes for the items instead of and may have to, you know, I mean, the, I've had less than 10 damages and I've sold 20,000 books. I mean, 20,000 sales, which included probably about 40,000 books. So the process in which I ship, I feel is pretty damn good. And every one of my packages that were damaged like that were damages due to UPS's handling and the way they process the books or process the shipments through their system in the machines and stuff like that. So while I do use rigid mailers for the low dollar amount purchases, they do ship exceptionally well.
Okay. Perfect time, perfect segue to our next topic.
Yeah. Shut up,
Um,
Teresa. You're talking too damn much. I hear you.
no, it comes about cancellations. Um, how do you guys deal with cancellations from people? Where is that thing where you don't accept a cancel? Like, where's that threshold that you don't accept a cancellation, or when you're like, I won't take this. So, Punisher, you're just coming back. So let's start with you.
Uh, I had to rush somebody to the emergency room. They almost cut their thumb off.
You all
Oh
right?
shit.
They
Yeah,
okay?
so I'm sitting outside the emergency room right now because I told them I'm not sitting in that fucking room with all those people that are coughing and sick as shit. But I'm here. I brought them here.
Are they okay? Are they okay?
Yeah, they'll be okay. I mean, I called them a pussy a couple times, but whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Have to
All
take a
right.
drug test.
I was like, just tape it up. Use tape.
Black tape.
I was like,
Pressure on
watch,
that
I'll show
fucking
you
thing.
how I
Yeah,
pack it. I'll put a Gemini around it. I
Here.
make my own Geminis. I'll use a
they'll
bubble
be
mailer. You won't even see it.
yeah, exactly. There'll be a
He's throwing tape at him in the
full roll
background.
of tape.
So cancellations, what I do for my stream is in my listings for whatever I run, I put no cancellations. Absolutely no cancellations. I am showing you the book. I am telling you what it is, unless it is something that I made an error. For example, if I'm in the middle of the stream and you're bidding on something and I see something on the book, we have looked at our books and everything, most of us, unless we're a flea market seller. And then, you know, I sit there and I see something and you already bidded. I will allow you to cancel. If there's something that I feel, but these people that come on that goes, oh, that's my last dollar or whatever, or I'm not saying, why in the hell are you bidding? Then I'm going to see you in a stream 3 hours from now when I'm under, a secret identity, and I'm going to see you bidding in another show. So that's what I do with cancellations. Especially I've seen people trying to do it after the show. And I'm like, listen, you have to take responsibility at some time. I am doing everything.
Smack somebody.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I
what
don't need your
happens if they
money,
get what happens
but
if they get the book though, and there something you missed? Like, where do you take?
I'm sorry. I've sold over 5,000 books and have not missed shit. So I take the due diligence and um, make sure. What do you mean, like miss something on the book?
No, like let's say there was a something cut out inside that you missed. Because trust me, you will miss it. I'm sorry, you
Oh
will.
yeah, I mean like a Marvel value stamp or something. Like I will show that if necessary. If I'm starting something, whatever, something's cut out,
But I'm
But I've
saying if you
also
missed it. when
I've
they got
also
it.
seen, I've also seen, and I know somebody on this panel that you send them a book and they take a lower grade copy of that book and try to say that's the one they sent you.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they
That's
try to
happened to
play
me.
this game to get their money back. So my point is, I'm going to sell
Hold on,
you.
hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you say somebody on this panel did
Yeah, it
this?
happened to me.
It happened to me.
Correct. So
It
I'm
happened
saying
to
is
me.
No, no, no,
these
no, no,
people.
no, 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 no. Hold on. No, no. I'm verifying this. Someone on this panel took a lower book. Not.
No,
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 no.
no,
They
no,
no,
shipped
no.
no.
them a lower book. Listen, I know
Oh,
this
okay.
is America. You don't understand. They shipped
There's
out
sign
a book
language.
to someone, and on the other side, they tried to get their money back and try to keep that book. So they showed them a lower copy and they
Okay.
played those games. What I'm
I
saying is, I've seen this before where people are trying to cancel. I've been on the app for over 3 years. And the thing about it is just no cancellations. And eventually, I'm sorry, just like I am responsible for making sure the books get to them, making sure I describe and tell them exactly what they're buying, it is their responsibility to bid responsible. And if you don't, I'm sorry, I'm not going to help you.
I got a UF4 sent back to me today. Guys trying to do the same thing from an Instagram show, not from whatnot.
Yeah,
But
it happens. I've seen it numerous times. Like
But if you're
that's
selling a big book, if you're selling a big book, you damn well better be showing off the spine, the corners, the make sure it's attached, make sure the staples. I'm just saying, and make sure there's a Marvel value stamp if at it. That's like a due diligence. You know what I mean? Like, because
completely
not only
agree.
that, you're showing it off to try to get the max value out of it.
I agree.
Absolutely.
But I'll give you an example. Um, where I've been in a seller's room, they showed everything off, but they didn't show every page, and there was like a something filled out in it that they didn't know about. So I'm saying you will make a mistake, you will miss something. Trust me when I say
So,
this,
It
it
does
will
happen
happen.
to all of
so
us at some point.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it with two Flash comics. A young kid wrote his name on the centerfold and the front page, on front cover of two really high grade looking Neil Adams. I missed the centerfold one on the second one. When I do something like that, I just contact when the seller reaches out to me. I send back to him, I'm sorry, I apologize. I send them all my graders notes so they know like I'm not trying to move books that have actively been written in. I'll offer them to send money back through PayPal, and then I'll open a case to whatnot saying, "Hey, I've already refunded this person. Do not give them double credit." And or we just go through the whatnot process at that point. I've had it happen one time with those flash books. The person was very receptive. As long as they see you're not trying to get over on them and you're actively trying to work with them for a solve, they're usually pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah, communication is key. 100%. Communication is key. You know, I totally understand you could definitely miss something like that. I'm not saying nobody's perfect. I'm just saying is, you know, the cancellation thing is spectrum from one side or the other. You know, if there's something like that, that's an anomaly. Okay.
That's a
Compared
damage book.
compared to some shit that people are just trying to get the book for free and get their money back.
Yep. And we won't name names. But yeah, trust me, there's quite a few. Uh,
We'll name names backstage though.
yeah, critical.
Soda
Uh,
Pop, Critical Hits, Skipping Stones, Dr. Nick, lots of comics, Joey D, Alien Warrior, and Fuck Flat Earth Santa.
and
When Cliff
go
put
play in traffic. In fact, go. What would I say to you the other day? Go play on the 76.
See, you guys missed me for that hour.
Critical.
yeah.
Where's your threshold?
Repeat the question, please. I was
On
sketching something on a last
oh
cast book.
on cancellations. Where's your threshold where you're like, okay, I will do a cancellation,
Oh,
or where where's your cutoff line?
I allow one under with reasonable excuse. Like if it was an accident, he slipped, he made an accident, purchased something, fine, okay. If he tells me his wife says he has to cancel it. Well, too bad, buddy. Wear some pants.
Man
To
up.
tell you, you're not going to use somebody else as an excuse. If they use somebody else as an excuse, that's an immediate no. If they own up to it themselves, okay, that's different. Yeah, that's pretty much where I stand. I don't mind cancellations as long as it's not repeat over and over and over. I'll give you the first one for free.
Okay. All right. Skipping. Where's your threshold?
I cancel anything that anybody asks me to request. I mean, anybody requests to cancel. But if there's someone that, if it's, and I typically am like with Chris, the first time I'll let you have it for no issue. If it's someone that's not a regular buyer for me and they don't cancel, and then the second time they do it, I just block them. I accept the cancellation because I don't want to deal with the bad review or any of the other bullshit that a person can pull on the backside of things. I would much rather keep the book, sell it to somebody else, and move on with my life and not be bothered. But you will be blocked. I don't want to deal with your bullshit.
Tell the story about them overbidding on a book and then want to cancel it.
Oh yeah, that happens too. And normally when someone overbids, I try and toss something extra in for them. But yeah, if they overbid on something like that, I still accept the cancellation and then I just block them. Right? Because they have the complete wherewithal within themselves to not swipe that additional time. And I as a buyer have spent more money on something than I should have, just because somebody put a max bid in and then I swiped just right after, and like whoop, it bumped it up before I even noticed. I mean, I noticed it, but my finger was already swiping, and that's my bad, and that's your bad if you do it. Don't be a person like that and request a cancellation. But again, to answer the question is, do I accept the cancellation? Yes, I do. I do it, and I just move on and sell the book again. And like I said, if their excuse is BS, I cancel them. I block them the first time. Now, if they're an established buyer, I always give grace. I don't even give it second thought. But if they are new to my stream and they're new and yeah, I'll accept the cancellation and then I just block them. I don't want to. I got too much stuff to do. I don't have time for horseshit.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
No. I'll wait till you call on me.
Okay. We're gonna go to Joey.
Okay. So, as you know, I've been on here for 6 years. Okay. The cancellations were really too many during a point in time, because at one point in time there was no swipe. Okay. There was just press the button and you bid. Okay. Cancellations did happen a lot because of that pressing the button that you accidentally pressed it, and you could have pressed it accidentally if you're moving your phone around or you accidentally move your finger and stuff like that. But since they implemented that swipe, okay, when you swipe, you are guaranteeing to buy that book or that item. Okay, so my cancellations, just like Punisher, I state in there, bid responsibly, no cancellations. I also don't take that buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse is, you bid on that book, you're going to get that book. Okay, and there's no two ways about it.
Yeah, but Joey, you can. I have purchased stuff by swiping out of the show, with the intention of swiping out of the show, and it ended up taking my swipe, and I purchased stuff. So if someone says I didn't mean to,
you didn't let me finish.
Sorry, I apologize. My bad.
All right. So as far as cancellation goes, if there's a legitimate excuse of why you want to cancel, and it's not no bullshit excuse, it's not that buyer remorse excuse, fine, I will cancel stuff like that. But you also got to understand that shipping, as soon as I'm done with my show, I'm actually printing the labels and getting the stuff ready. So at that point in time, when you want to go ahead and cancel something, if you didn't do it, a lot of times they'll do it after the show is a couple of hours over or the next day or whatever like that. I don't think you should. But it has to be a really good reason in order for me to cancel an item.
Okay.
Mr. Joey, got a question for you since you're now doing eBay Live. I know you read the fine print and you do all that stuff.
Yes.
Didn't eBay just recently apply something for cancellations?
Yes.
That you were charged a fee and other things on top of that?
Right. So, I mean, right now, if you want to cancel, they'll turn around and they'll charge you for the label, the shipping to go back and forth if you want to cancel something. It's what do you call that when restock fee? So they'll do a restock fee on cancellations and stuff like that.
Yeah, why not do that too? Why not? If you cancel an order, they charge you 3%.
Yes.
Plus the 30 cents because of the PayPal transaction fees. If you can, so a person can cancel, you can accept it. They still get charged a fee.
Yeah. But you got to understand that I see a lot of the same people going in everybody's room. Everybody here, I've seen, you get a lot of the repeat buyers and stuff like that. And the people that you do get in your rooms are people who are really buying stuff and not just in that. You get that sporadic one that'll come in and say, oh man, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to swipe on that. Or I did, and those are the ones you really don't want. Like Skippin said, she'll block them and stuff like that. But the people that are coming into your rooms are the people who are buying from you. So the cancellations that I see, it's really nil.
Yeah, exactly. Almost rare that I see a cancellation request.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Alien, what do you do? Where's your threshold when it comes to cancellations?
Yeah, a lot of people here. I've made some great points on cancellations. I mean, it happens sometimes. You accidentally swipe. I've had a case where the guy swiped and the auction was still going on. He's like, "Fuck, can you cancel that?" I'm like, "No problem, no big deal." Right? But if you're telling me, like Joe said, that 2 days later, chances are I may have shipped it already because I'm doing shipments right next day. So those guys, they're SOL. Sorry. But yeah, you paid for a book, you're going to get it. But I've had situations, generally it's good. And I'll say the people and whatnot are pretty awesome that way. But I've had situations where people have offered me stuff, like made an offer, full-out offer on a book. And then I accepted it and then they want to cancel. And it's like, well, come on. I mean, you totally wanted to buy it, right? Like and, you're going to have them. But anyway, generally it's pretty good. And I've even had situations where I screwed up too in a live show, and I owned up right away. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like the book is different. Like I had a Tomb of Dracula 10, and it was really brittle. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it out of the bag, guys, and I'll try to show you. And as I did it, the guy was bidding, and the damn cover come off. Oh, and I'm like, okay, that's my fault. So sorry. You canceled right away. The goddamn thing was so brittle. You have to be so careful. But, that was my fault. So, of course, I'm going to be okay for a cancellation. The guy's intending to buy a book with a cover, and I'm sending him one without one. No, sorry. I don't work like that. And you generally, like I said, people are pretty good. But the folks that make offers and then cancel, I don't know about them. But generally, I'm okay with it too, because like I have a lot of time to spend putting the data in, so I spend time taking pictures of the book and have a good idea what the grade is. Of course, it's subjective and all that, but it's pretty good generally.
Okay, nice. Mr. Soder, uh, you've had enough cancellations. Where's your threshold?
All right. Sorry, I was on the phone at the same time. All right. I my thought on it has changed. Shit happens, and I understand that. I don't like the sob stories. The ones that get me the most, that irritate me, is the cancellation request. Well, I only bought one book, and it's not cost effective for me. It's like, that's not my fault. I had 175 books listed. I'm sorry you didn't want to pay up to get another book. Again, that's stuff that's frustrating for me. I've had one that, like Joey said, right after the show, we're sorting and we're printing the labels, and even then, I'll still cancel it if it's a legitimate reason. But I had this one jackass that was overseas, and he told me after I had already dropped it off at the post office. 2 hours later, the post office apparently hadn't scanned it in yet. That's not my fault. But then he requested the cancellation. I'm like, sorry, man, there's literally nothing I can do. It's in the possession of the post office. And I got it. That was last year sometime, and he left me a shitty review that he requested the cancellation and I wouldn't do it. His son, whatever. There's nothing you can do about that. That's beyond my control. What is in my control, though, is, like Skippin said, it'll piss me off, and my view on this has changed. I used to be like, no cancellations, nothing. I work hard at this. It's not worth the time and the headache for me. I'll resell the book at another day, but depending on the reason while they're asking the request, they're blocked. I'm not going to deal with it. Sometimes I'm happy with it. Like, there was a book that one of my mods wanted really, really bad, and somebody other than him won it, and then they requested a cancellation for a bullshit reason. I'm like, accept, bam. And I sold it to that person and made him happy and made me happy. So just long story short, getting back to the beginning, just do the fucking cancellation, save yourself a headache, resell the book at another time, and block them. If it's a legitimate reason, stuff happens, accidents happen. But to me, that's really not the case. Even if you, like Skippin said, she accidentally swiped when trying to get out of the room, that's not that seller's fault. That it's not. I mean, I've done it too. It's happened to me, and that's my fault. Okay, I guess what? I just bought a book. I didn't request a cancellation. It was my error, not his or hers. Yeah, Mel too. Shit happens, but a person's accountable for their own actions, an accident or not. It's still your fault. But as a seller who is trying to build a good, strong reputation and strong reviews and all these other metrics that when people go in and look, they can feel confident, and good word of mouth about what I'm doing and people having fun. I don't need the headache of somebody just being an asshole because I didn't cancel a book that I can sell next week if I wanted to.
Okay, nice. Dr. Nick, where's your threshold?
Well, I think there's almost nothing I can say that sort of Pop hasn't already said, right? Like, there's my threshold is just like that. Like, I don't want to waste my time, my money, right, to go through an argument with somebody who maybe trying to pull one over on me, right? And on the same token, if there is a legitimate excuse, I think making somebody's day when they've already gone through the putting their tail between their legs and making the request, you just might make somebody happy. And I'm all for just canceling, but then again, I haven't been here 6 years, right? I've only been here a year, and I haven't seen some of the things that some of you folks have seen. I know Flat Earth and I were going back and forth, but about somebody in the chat, and that person is not the majority of people on Whatnot. So I hate to say this, but I do try to err on the side of just sure, whatever. But that's only because I believe, like many of you, that somehow I can detect whether somebody's, going to be a repeat offender on this or not. And I don't know that I actually have that ability. And I worry that I'm going to get somewhere 2 or 3 years from now where I'm going to be wasting all my time because somebody just really pulled one over on me. And, I don't know. I don't want to get burned. So I'm going to be positive until I can't be positive anymore.
Well, the other end of that too is, 3 months from now, if you canceled that book, even if it was a bullshit reason, are you really going to give it two shits? Or is it going to affect you more when you're scrolling through your reviews and that asshole gave you a, 1-star or 2-star rating, even though they were a dick, it's still showing up on your stuff. Whereas 3 months from now, if you just cancel it, you probably won't even think of it again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go silent because I'm cooking. All right.
Okay. This brings up something I've wanted to talk to some comic folks about for a long time. I bought not on Whatnot. I bought this on another site, right? I bought something. It came to me in a top loader, right? It was not a comic book, but you could tell the top of it had been trimmed, right? And I don't know, just through communicating with the person that sold it to me, whether they really knew what I was talking about. That it seemed like it's very possible that they were just trying to move some product they didn't, and they misunderstood where I was. So, but I was pretty insistent upon where I was. I know what this is supposed to look like. I know there's a little bit taken off the top here. And this person was so upset with me, they went to my area on this other site, bought a couple of very low price things for me, and then canceled and then used them to give me the only 2 bad reviews I've had in like almost a decade on that other site, right? So I'm kind of wondering, like, I know we all feel like we know when somebody is, being a not so nice guy, right? But like, what do we do if we're wrong? Like, what do we do if our spidey sense was absolutely not, clear the right day? Like, have you ever run into somebody who's like, hey man, I get where you're coming from. Hey ma'am, I get where you're coming from. But this really is legit. Like, I'm not trying to,
Yep.
pull one over.
Before we get responses on that, sorry, I just put a pin in it because we want to hear lots to finish off the topic, and then we'll pick that one back up. Sorry, lots. Where's kind of your threshold? Sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to.
Oh, we're all good.
All good. My threshold, I'm a little different than most. As long as I've impacted, I'll cancel it. I don't like to waste time on something that I could realistically turn around and resell the next day. So if it hasn't left my possession, I'm confident it's in the same grade it was in. Once again, I'll cancel it. Now, there's caveats to that. If we have somebody who's a serial canceler, I don't block them right away. I'll do things like I only put their sale in the marketplace bin, so I won't put it in the show bin. That way it's only in the marketplace and I can better watch it to see if like they're going to continue to do that, or if they're going to continue to be, difficult on grading, difficult on whatever else they are. So I do that for typical situations. It's not one size fits all. I mean, I took a book back recently because somebody had his grandmother doctor's visit went south, and he's got to help. Like, I don't know them, but I've done enough business with them where I feel confident them not getting taken advantage of. I guess that's where it's, at the end of the day, us as business owners have to make that call.
But that's a return, right? Versus a cancellation.
No, because he took it. He had the book at home.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that-
it's
Right,
a
that's a
return.
return, not a cancellation.
Sure. So, I mean, with a cancel, it's one of those things where I know, why do we not like them? Because other people were bidding at the book at the same time they were. They obviously need to do their part in paying for it and taking the book. But as long as I haven't lost possession of it, I'll take it back. I just
Okay.
don't like wasting time on it.
All right.
Yeah, but that one dude that you basically kind of fuck with him for a little bit, and you watch him. My recommendation, man, don't waste your time. If you're going through that much effort and energy and having to watch it, it's one individual. Their money's not worth the extra effort you're putting into it.
I mean, his name's Soda Pop. It's tough.
That
was a layup.
I reiterate my statement.
That was early on as a seller. Like, now, at this point, I kind of got a good feel for it, and because I do so much more auction, I have very few cancellations.
Okay. So you can take up back to question. We'll give it about another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to go to around the horn for everyone. But yeah, we can pick up exactly where Dr. Nick had with that question, and everyone can come in.
Nick, can you just repeat the question real quick? I'll be
Sure. Yeah. Just, there's a lot of us are relying on, our sort of BS detector, right? And sure, maybe that works, but, have you ever experienced a time when somebody tried to cancel something, you thought it was BS, and maybe they came back and changed your mind? That might be a nicer way of putting the question, I suppose. Do you have a fail-safe? Do you have some type of secondary catch where, maybe you decided not to cancel something, but they came back? What is there a way to hit reset? And does anybody else think that Lots of Comics reminds them of Charles Grogan? Okay, because like the real nice delivery there, I love it. Sorry.
Appreciate it. With that question, my views have changed as I've done this longer, where I inherently think people are good. Like, most people are not trying to get over us. There's the 5%. We all know the 5%. We can say their names. They're like the axis of evil. It is what it is. But I try to live in a world where I assume positive intent, and hopefully, God will smile down on me and take care of me. But like, it's one of those things where you could usually flesh it out, Nick. Like, you could figure out real quick, like, are you canceling because you can't pay your rent, or are you canceling because you overbid? Like, are you canceling because you don't like the quality, or are you canceling because you don't like that one tick mark you didn't see? Like, you can usually get to the core of why. Like, I had a guy who wanted to cancel Avengers 118, like $20 book or $15 book, because it was $2 cheaper. Buy it now on eBay. It's like, dude, $2? Really? What other books do you look for? I took $2 off a book. He ended up buying 5 more. Like, I just find as long as you get into those conversations with the general public, a lot of times you can come to a common agreement. There's a 5% that we block and we move away from, but most folks, I choose to believe, are inherently okay people.
I'm going to make this really simple for you guys. Don't even bother looking at it that way, because what you're going to do is one of two things. You're going to, if you just cancel the damn thing, you're either, for the legitimate person, you're going to make them happy. And for the person that is not legitimate, you're saving yourself a bad review and, conversations that don't need to be had and a waste of your time. So you're taking away the headache, the overthinking, and potentially making somebody really happy that's legitimate. So if you just do it across the board, you're not hurting yourself, and potentially you at best you're not hurting yourself. At worst, at worst you're not hurting yourself. At best, you're making somebody happy that's going to come back and remember that you took care of them. So if you do it across the board, again, you're not going to potentially get a bad review from the asshole, and you're going to make potentially a repeat customer. So, and you're not having to overthink and question and wondering if your radar's off or on, or it's just, you're taking away all that additional stress. It doesn't matter. That book's going to sell 2 days.
Yeah, I literally take everything back. If you request it and I haven't sent it, I take it.
And if you are worried about the rate, and if you're concerned about whether you're going to need to block them or not, if they're given a reason that's not bullshit, like, well, or if they're given a reason that's bullshit, like, well, I only bought one book, that's somebody you block. If it's legitimately just a dick reason, just block them. If it's a questionable reason, it's not going to hurt you if you take it away. If you don't, accept it, you might get a bad review, and that, people are going to see that, and that sucks. You don't want that on there. You take pride in what you're doing, whether that review is justified or not. It's showing there, and it's going to suck. It's going to feel bad. So just eliminate all that shit. And yeah, you can call them an asshole and say it's bullshit. And yeah, they are an asshole. Yeah, it is bullshit, but it's still sitting there.
You also look at the other point about the cancellations, because Whatnot is strictly looking at that now from the buyers, from the sellers. And we're going to get dinged for them if we do too many cancellations. Am I right?
Yeah, it's $3 a cancel after
That's we cancel.
Yeah, that's if we cancel. That's not accepting a cancellation. That's if we cancel.
Yeah.
Only if we cancel, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. All right. I just want to reiterate and make sure I got it right.
Yeah. Well, Punisher's probably on the opposite end. He just wants vengeance. He's like, I'm going to get them all.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I've been watching a lot of these crash out videos and everything else where, especially on the card sellers, like they open a pack and they hit a big card, and instead of sending the card to the customer that bought it, the seller cancels. Okay? Because they want to keep that card. There's all these bullshit excuses back and forth. It's no different than, I look at it, and let's take the opposite side of this. I run a book that I want $200 for. I only get $88 for it. It's my fault because I didn't start it there, right? Just like it'd be my fault if I bid on it, correct?
100%.
Okay, so if that book doesn't reach $200, is it all right for me just to go ahead and cancel that sale?
Absolutely not.
No.
Exactly. So that's where I'm going with the opposite side of this and have a different outlook on this. Is I'm seeing this a lot on Whatnot, especially it's mostly in the card sellers, but I can see this start happening with sellers that are not getting the price they want for items because they might have a bunch of people in a room and people aren't bidding, that they're just going to say, well, you know what? Go ahead and cancel it. Yes, it could hurt their reputation, but I'll tell you what, you see a lot of these people that have a ton of people, you'll see negative reviews, but that all their other positive reviews will wipe out the negatives. I mean, I could tell you right now from most everybody that I know on this site right now, we take pride in what we do. We make sure our customers are happy. We go the extra mile with packing. We do all that stuff, throw extra books in. Not only that, because we appreciate when they come in a room, they could be anywhere else and they came in our rooms and spent their hard-earned money, which money is tight right now because of fuel costs and everything else. Everything's gone up. everything. So you know what? When they're spending their money at your show, you take care of them, no matter what you do, whether it's stickers, whatever. So I'm just saying, there's like a double edge with this. If you literally can't afford the book, if there's something major, maybe you have more issues than being on Whatnot.
Yep.
I agree.
Well, yeah. There's it comes it Rick's thing's not so much whether you're right. It's do you what it's an old idea. Do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? And
Well,
that's
what I'm also thinking is this is totally situational. Okay. Depending on if this is your business, this is what you do for a living, this is what you do. You have multiple shows during the week, and this is what you do. Handle your business, the way you best feel fit. If you feel like that's not an issue for you and you want to just move on, that's fine. If you're somebody like me that only shows up once a month or during exclusive drops and stuff like that and want the fight, bring it on.
well, that's why I said you would disagree because you love the vengeance. And
I'm different though. My situation's different. I only come
yeah,
once a month. Other people, this is their livelihood, so they got to do what's best for them. And that's the one thing I want to tell all these new sellers. Listen, are you a hobbyist? Is this your total income? So all these different people on here, that's why it's amazing for this show is because you have all these different opinions, you have all these different thoughts, even though we all mean the same thing close relatively, we all do things differently because we're all in different situations, what not, and what selling comics means to us.
Right.
all right.
So,
Anybody got a final on that before we go to
yeah. I wanna destroy the room with a question.
oh
So,
oh
and we don't
well,
need to deal with this, Glenn, but I would love it if this became a topic for another week.
okay.
There's a lot of shade thrown at folks who are just like, hey, I can't afford this, and we're saying like, oh, comments made, about this, but you know, Whatnot is made to be addictive. Comic book buying is an addiction.
Oh yeah.
And we have made it so easy for people to get high by selling our comic books on Whatnot, right?
Yes.
On some level, I gotta say, and I'm not saying it as a hobbyist, I'm not saying it as, whatever things are. I don't know where I'm going with my comic book business, but I don't want to be responsible for ruining somebody's life. And I would love there to be some way that I can turn a customer to and say, look, like, you know, you may be addicted to buying comics. You are buying a lot of comics in a lot of shows, and I am worried about you. Like, to flag somebody along those lines, to provide them an avenue to get help. And I think it's something that Whatnot would have to do. But yeah, I don't know.
Can
Addiction is real, and I don't want to
I'm
be a
sorry.
person.
That's where I would have to
Flat.
disagree.
Well, that's why you're
Yeah.
moving
Go
to
go
Whatnot.
ahead. Go ahead, Lots. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm gonna speak from a real place, guys. So you guys know some of you know I have Parkinson's. I have early onset Parkinson's. I've had it for 5 years. I'm 42, so I'm like less than 5% of cases in the world for Parkinson's. It could be worse. Like I'm cool with it. Problem with Parkinson's is exactly that, addiction. Because you get dopamine starved, and then you get addicted to things. One of them I did get addicted to, Nick, was buying comic books. I spent over $180,000 in comic books in a year.
Shit.
Absorb that for a minute. Now,
Why weren't you in my show, sir?
Yeah. Where were you in mine?
now, what I will tell you is we're doing okay. You know, I'm selling through them, and we're doing fine. I had a lot of good stuff, so that's good. But I don't think that it's our responsibility, nor your responsibility, nor do you have the training to talk to someone like me who's doing that in their life. It's one of those things where I didn't even know what was happening, man. Like, you don't know. When you're in that mode, like I was, I didn't even know what was happening. So I think there are things you can do to maybe send the person like, hey, mental health is there, like there's things we could do to help you, but I would let the professionals deal with that and let us just do what we do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. People, I won't say it, but uh, Punisher brought it up. People need to be, and so did Rick. People need to be responsible for themselves. I'm sorry. It's just
Exactly.
it.
100% there, buddy.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, you got to pick up your big boy pants or big girl pants. Sorry.
I had the guy that shot for 3 months and then sent me a message and asked me if I'd accept a return on all of his books because his wife wanted to divorce him.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
and my response to him was, I'm sorry that that's your situation, but you've got to be responsible for your own actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would have sent a selfie to his wife, and it would have been solved.
What does your wife look like? And if she's hot, I'll make sure you get the divorce.
I can make her love comic books.
Who is
Yeah, just wait till the last cast when you get a full Punisher rider view.
Can I ask
the comics just for the pictures?
Yeah, the thing is,
hold on.
On here,
who is
there's a point of responsibility that as a seller you have to want to do the right thing at all the time. And I think that's where Dr. Nick is going with this. You want to take care of your people. You start to build bonds and get close to some of your repeat customers. When you notice a pattern and if you're comfortable, maybe just mention something to them. But the point of the matter is you are here as not just a comic seller. You are here as entertainment. You are here as, like Mike said in the chat, this is also therapy for some people. Our responsibility is to do right and be as transparent as we can, provide the types of books that we have available to the people that want it, and try to build relationships. Anything above and beyond that, there's I'm not going to say there's a line, but there is a line. I mean, we can only do so much. Again, I'm not saying don't be empathetic. I'm not saying don't build the bonds and get close to people, but our responsibility, I mean, there's so much shit that goes on in this world, period, much less that we have no control over. That's another one we don't need to throw on our shoulders. We have too much other shit to do.
Well, you could always put the 1-800 number for gambling addiction in your show notes.
That was going to be my next thing. It's like what Mike says on the Veterans Help. Maybe put something like that in there. Have that on standby. You can just paste it in. Every half hour. That's an option. But again, we only have so much that we actually have control over. If we are going to be to the point of being so empathetic that we have to look at all those details, which are very, very sad and are real problems for people, we're just not going to be able to stay in business. And our shows are going to suck because we're worried about this and that or the other, or who's going to be an asshole in our show. And, it's just not. Be there, entertain people, and control the things you can control.
Prime example is a perfect that people say, when you're on a plane, what do they tell you in the safety meeting? Put your own mask on first before you put anyone else's. You're going to have to make sure that you are in a good spot too before you start worrying about it. Be empathetic, be awesome, make the bonds, make the networking, do all that. But understand it, at some point you have to you can't be everything for everyone. And Dr. Nick, I'm glad you brought it up. It was an awesome question.
I don't think people who are in those situations though even know what they're dealing with a lot of times.
Sure.
So I mean, I think just that's why we are paid directly by Whatnot. We are not contractors. We are paid directly by an entity. Let the entity do its job. They have an HR team. They have all of that for this reason.
Yep. All right. We're going to go around the horn. Everyone can say what they've got coming up, where they can find you, and all the cool stuff. All right. Lions Keep, you came in late, so we're going to make you go first.
Oh, wow. Well, I've got two great shows coming up. Always Monday, 7:15 Eastern Time. This one coming up is going to be more Lobo because I am super looking forward to the movie. The Cub loved Superman when it came out. We're excited now to go see Supergirl. And then the following week, before we go on vacation, High Grade Early ASM.
Nice. Awesome.
Oh, it'll be a grand time.
Cool. Lots, where can they find you? What have you got going on?
How you guys doing? Lots of comics. I'll be streaming. I'm doing Thursday afternoon. I'm doing Friday afternoon, and then Saturday evening, and then I'll be relaunching my Instagram show with Carmine's Comics back to Monday nights. So I'll be doing every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Instagram again. And those of you who messaged me also aside, I am better. Like I'm not still
Lord Pepper, right?
addicted to buying comics. I've gotten all that figured out, you know. But I appreciate you guys letting me share.
Cool. Punisher?
Yes, I am Punisher Rider. I actually will have a show this Saturday. I had to cancel. If I told you why, well, fuck it. I'll just tell you. My truck broke down and I ran out of gas on my mower, so I was stuck on the side of my house. People called a wellness check on me because they had no idea where I was and saw all kind of stuff messed up. So I had to cancel my show on Saturday. It was just a hell of a mess. Anyway, Punisher Rider will be back this Saturday. I got some awesome books coming in. Also, I want to give a shout out. Mr. Critical Hits is here, the artist for the last cast. We are going to be doing a super raid train with all the amazing people in the last cast on June 20th. Last cast is going to be Punisher Rider, Surtur, Miss Surtur, Skipping Stones, Sir Jesus, Critical Hits, Forgasm, Purple Yoda, and the list goes on. I can't wait till Critical says something when it's his turn. It's really been a whatnot. And Flat Earth Santa's also in it. It's been a really great community thing with all the people on Whatnot and the great people we have met over the last couple years, the connections that we have made. And just to give you a little breaking news, somebody else on this panel will be in a future book.
Ooh, who's it gonna
Could it
be?
You
be?
shouldn't have.
Mr. Joey, what have you got coming up? And where can they find you?
All right. So first of all, I want to say thank you again, Flat Earth Santa, and everybody on the stream. I appreciate it. I have a lot of fun. I look forward to this every Wednesday. No matter what I'm doing, I hold back my dinner just to watch this and do this. But I cut down my shows. I'm only doing Whatnot Saturday and Sunday. New releases on Saturday, and the FOCs on Sundays. So that's what I'm going to be doing from now on Whatnot, and then a couple of days on the eBay side. So you could also find me Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we just made an agreement that our first book will be coming out in July.
Very cool.
That'll be definite.
Oh, we lost lots too. All right. Alien, where can they find you? What have you got coming on?
Hey guys, thanks so much for having me. Honestly, just like Joe said, I love being on this panel. You guys are really humbling me by inviting me out. Appreciate it, and great conversation. Guys, I'm Alien Warrior 75 on Whatnot. You can reach us at aliencomics.ca. That's the website, and with all that, we got links on there, and there's also some bookmarkable pages there you guys might want for collectors. I'm going to be doing a next live show on June 12th, which is the 2% day. So look for us on that Friday. And thanks again, Flat Earth. Congratulations on 38, buddy.
Thank you. Mr. Soder Pop. Same question. Where can they find you? What have you got going on?
Yeah. Again, I want to thank the chat for your guys' input, and I love everybody on this panel. You guys are freaking amazing. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of the family. Me and Mel, Mrs. Soder Pop. Yeah, it means a lot to us, more than I can actually put into words. But that being said, you can find us on Sundays at noon. That's when we do our dollar starts big shows. This weekend's going to be insane. If you haven't went into the show, everything's built out. You might want to take a peek. There's some crazy shit in there. Then we do Tuesday night trivia, and yeah, that's really picking up. Rick started drinking during that, and I don't know if I'm having more fun now since I started drinking Jameson while the show's going on, but it's fun. And yeah, it's going crazy. It's really picking up. I was actually going to stop doing trivia on Tuesday, but Skippin and Zilla kind of, said that they're enjoying it, and so I figured I'd give it another shot. And since then, it's blowing up. It's crazy. Plus, I'm pretty much freaking lit by the time the thing's done. It's a good time. And then Thursday mornings, I just grab a couple of long boxes and just trying to get rid of some bulk inventory, $2-3 starts. All of my shows are family friendly, kid appropriate. It's a good time, bring grandma in. No language enhancers at all. It's a good time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or don't.
Yeah, probably leave the kids. Just I think we're gonna have to start learning putting stuff up with the earmuffs, like earmuffs. Dr. Nick, where can they find you? What have you got going on?
Well, my weekly shows seem to be multiplying a bit, but the core of Thursday nights for horror and Sundays for, I don't know, it's horror. It's always horror. Nobody wants anything else from me. But I have been branching out and having a lot more success with running titles. I just sold all of my G.I. Joes and Transformers. I sold all my Lady Deaths, just all of them. I mean, just brought out close to 100 books and went through them, and that's the show. So I'll be doing more of those tomorrow morning, trying to get rid of a good amount of my Spider-Man. Yeah, so look for those. Someday I'm gonna just here are some comic books that I'm gonna sell, but haven't got the strength to not do a theme. So there you go.
Nice. And Skippin', what have you got going on? Where can they find you?
Well, I'm Skippin' Stones, and you can find me on Instagram under Skippin' Stones, Skippin_Stones_ Vintage. You can always find me on YouTube, or not YouTube, but whatnot. Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and this Friday is my 1-year anniversary, and my birthday's Monday, but we're celebrating it. Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost at 8,000 followers, and I think I'm like 21,000 sales, something like that in this year. So I'm going to be bringing be bringing some stuff, but including in that stuff and some great giveaways is going to be one or both of my last two first appearances of Lobo that I have that are new old stock, and they've been grading in at around 9.8 or so. So certainly gradable book, and And so I'd like to invite y'all to join me for the 2 celebrations. Thursday, tomorrow, I was going to throw down some of the vintage video games that I have, if anybody's interested in those, and add that to the show as well. And I wanted to say one thing before my turn is up, and that is Space Nico is doing his first show tomorrow. We're going to raid into him. And many of you guys know him from around the block. So if you're around, maybe join us and support him on his first show. And then Veronica Taught Comics has got her show after this, where she's doing her storytelling here on YouTube. So if you're not doing anything, join us over there. Other than that, thank you again, Santa. I appreciate you, and I appreciate this panel, and you guys are all amazing. And it is an honor and a privilege to be amongst some absolutely wonderful sellers and great people. And I can't wait to hear Chris. Chris, tell us about it. Tell us about it.
No pressure.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep. Well, Mr. Critical, you're going last because I wanted you to have the most amount of time to talk about the last cast.
Okay, well,
But first tell them where they can find you, what you've got going on, but then talk a little bit about the last cast.
well, you can find me on Whatnot most nights. I'm starting to get my Instagram account up and been kind of lazy on that. But yeah, no, you can find me on Whatnot. What do I have going on? Well, shit. It's better ask me what I don't have going on, because I have 25 books coming out, with different covers and stuff like that in the next 2 weeks. One of them being Last Cast, 1 and 2.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you. It's been quite fun, actually, especially the Last Cast. I actually got these in yesterday. I got the 1As in yesterday, and they look very good. I'm pleased. And I think everybody else
Put them on screen. Let them show it.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like chores.
Oh, look at me. I got the Last Cast boat.
Oh,
All right.
look at that.
And will it pick it up? Probably not. Oh, there's the one I did with the remark on it.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah, looks
Yeah,
good.
fish sticks on a boat.
Look, Punisher Rider on the bottom right, bottom left.
Glitchy like that, huh? But yeah, this is the actual book, the papers that came in. Let me just turn this filter off. You're going to see my messy office, because that's way too glitchy. There we go. There's my kitty cat. Okay, Last Cast. Let's see, we got 32 pages front to back. And here is the names of everybody on it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. It came out very nice.
So dope.
I can't wait.
Amazing.
And it is a full color book. I'm not going to give you guys too much, but you can kind of see what's what.
Wow.
And there's some fun ads in the back for you guys to check out. Yep. Number 1 will be out same time as number 2. Actually, I think that's when we're planning to release everything. Yeah. But yep, I did a few remarks. I've got a kitty cat here. You know.
I see the puppy too.
Yeah, good puppy dog here too. He loves. But we got some glow in the darks. We got metals. We got a few different ones that are coming out here. I don't know if you guys can see this one, but I started doing a Punisher Rider remark. It's not done yet. Oh, there you go. Kind of looks like Walter White right now, but
Oh yeah, we can see it.
yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
nice.
that's good.
I haven't seen that before.
yeah, that
Wow,
will be,
look at that.
I'll finish that one later tonight probably. And then I did some fun little ones, like a little gold boat with my sig on it. These,
I love it.
and the little fish there.
Oh, how cool.
Just a few fun things I was messing around with. Yeah, there'll be
Very
more to come.
talented. Very, very talented.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
Can I say
appreciate
one
you
thing
guys having
before
me on.
I want to say one thing before everybody leaves?
Sure.
Is it okay?
Yep.
Hey, Skippin, this is for you because I appreciate what you do in your shows by telling everybody that these are uncirculated books. They were from your grandfather's shop. They've been sitting in boxes without boards on them for the longest time. And I'm going to tell you something. Those Supergirls that I got from you, that bundle, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. I took everyone out of the bag and showed them, and they had like a little bend to them and stuff like that. And they were like, "Jesus Christ, man, how long have they been sitting in the box?" I said, "Well, they were sitting in the boxes for a long time. They're uncirculated." He goes, "Give me all of them."
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
so I
Yeah.
appreciate what you do on your show by letting everybody know that.
Yeah, they've been in the store has been closed for 30 years. So they were sitting in a time capsule for 30 years. Before that, they were put in bags from the time they got from the distributor to my uncle's. It's actually my uncle's store. But yeah, so I there's a lot of goodness in there, and yeah, there's some that have got some storage crease or a little bit of curving going on, but a lot of that is certainly, from what I understand, can be ironed out. And
Oh yeah,
several people have gotten my books graded, and um, um, it's I think there's only been one and we knew it was going to be a lower one. Out of all the books that's been graded, it's been 9.2s and above. So certainly a lot of grails hidden in these boxes, and I've still got probably about 20,000 left to go, 10, 15,000, something like that to go.
I'll be
And
over tomorrow.
yeah, so and I appreciate you guys all giving them homes, and the ones that are the middleman to find them the homes. It means the world to me and my family, because when we were dealt the situation of having to deal with the time capsule, it was rather overwhelming, and I had to step up, otherwise it was going to the dump, and that just broke my heart, because I know that there's so many people that would love and treasure them, and it would be a great loss to the community had they not gotten out. So thank you for each and every one of you that have purchased one of my books and found either became their home or finding homes for them. It truly, truly is a blessing.
Actually, it was my honor to purchase the first reach around this weekend.
That was you.
Yes. And thank you for that.
So what you're saying is you had to pay for yours? I didn't.
Yeah, but I got the full $5 reach around.
And just so you know, those reach
is that
around,
like is that a full $5 foot long reach around?
kind of like that, yeah. And just so you know, those reach arounds are going into my personal vacation fund, so I can, at the end of all this or somewhere in the middle of all this, take a little vacation. So thank you for that.
Nice. And I'll finish it up with you can find me, of
Oh,
course.
just get off. Don't worry about finishing it up. No, I'm only
Yeah.
kidding.
No way there, Joey. Bye bye. Yeah. Wednesdays, you're obviously listening to us on Whatnot, Why Not? On Mondays, Bragging Rights. We need more people signing up. Bring your books. Have a lot of fun. See if you can win. Chat decides who gets it. And trust me, it doesn't matter what week it is. I can't figure out who's gonna win. So it's absolutely crazy. Also, guess the grades coming back. I will also be at Niagara Falls Comic Con this weekend. So will the Puppet. The Puppet is on a mission to make fun of lots of stupid people this weekend. So look out for that on my Instagram, obviously on YouTube, and it looks like I'll probably start selling back on Tuesdays again. Enough people have really pressured me and been like, "You gotta get back to selling, man."
Yeah, Santa, come on.
I'm going to. So again, everybody, thank you again, panel. It's awesome. I appreciate you guys always coming on. It's absolutely awesome. I'll even say Punisher's nice for a change.
Me and Joey didn't get into it tonight.
I
I
know, it's
know. Are
crazy.
you feeling okay?
I am.
And
I
yeah,
am at the emergency room still, just saying.
yeah. And chat, guys, we couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. You guys make these things worthwhile doing. You make it a blast. You interact with us. It's a lot of fun. Thank you again. I'm going to play us out. Everyone's welcome to stay backstage. I'll be backstage for a few minutes.
Have a good night,
We can
everybody.
talk. Yeah, have a good night. Everyone say bye-bye, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you
Bye,
later.
everyone.
Good night, everybody.